Hey guys, so since I have my new earphones from like 2-3 days ago, I got these. I got my new earphones. Um, Hope you guys can hear better now that I got them in. I'm using its mic instead of the laptop mic. Um, so yes, I had my first conversation with Renee Roland. The interaction between me and her is not done. I'm going to do public replies to her. She's going to probably do public replies to me, and then somewhere around there we're going to do another conversation. And I did not go as deep as God could have me with it in scripture and stuff, but on the next conversation I will. I guess just showing to her, the spirit I'm in, just showing her the love of Christ for this first conversation was a good thing. I didn't have to go that deep. I didn't really feel the spirit would give me a lot of wisdom to reply to a lot of stuff. I just was like, unlike a lot of worshipers, I came with a gentle spirit, and she, by the grace of God, they knew it. So that's a good testimony. I'm still blunt. I can still be blunt. I can still be a harsh rebuke. But God's working my spirit in which you can see my change, my spiritual growth from my channel. You can see that God has grown me spiritually and the word of Christ and in gentleness. And I pray for that. I pray for the love of God. I pray for a softened heart. I pray for something like that. So, and God give me more softened heart. So you can see my spiritual growth for this. You can see I'm actually growing spiritually. Of course, David. And if you watch the discussion, I will not give you the location of where that discussion will be found if you're not aware. If anything, I'm going to reply and show you bits of that discussion when I download it, and then show you bits of that discussion. But you guys gotta be praying for Renee, you know. She's deceived. People think she's a witch. I didn't discern that. I didn't discern that initially. The spiritual wickedness, using her, but I did not discern that she was it. Hold on, let me go to my channel if nobody wants to. Nobody on here you like calling come on. And I know Ellie out here wanted to come on, but Ellie out here replied to me. If I was going to let you on, but you did not reply to me. So, the next conversation is really for you to come on, and we can work together on this. You can get information, I can get work together with brother on this. The wicked are entangled from the womb. Sinners are wicked. Sinners are wicked. Hey, do you guys hear my? Am I coming out? I still get me when I touch my. Do you hear me? Who's in channel? Who's in channel? Who's in this way? I'm being quiet. But who is in channel? Can you tell me? Does anyone want to come in and talk about this? So let me get the room set up there that way no trolls can come in before I put the link below. So that's gonna do it. Okay. So I got the room set up so no trolls are gonna succeed this time. So if you're a troll, you might as well just leave. Stick around. Because I just got this thing set up. Only thing I have to worry about is probably a fight. I see it from I just reject you. Now I can save putting the link below because you guys can't show up on there. So yeah, you guys need to be more loving towards Renee. You guys can't be harsh. If we're gonna get through her, we're gonna get through for prayer and fasting, we're gonna get through to her through showing the greater love of Christ that she has seen. Just loving. I'm not loving the darkness. You just like Renee, and you may say you don't, but you do. You teach Gnostic doctrine. I mean, you may think I'm some ignorant person, but when it comes to the occult and Gnosticism, I know what I'm talking about. So don't tell me I don't teach Gnosticism. Don't you teach Gnosticism? I know what I'm talking about. I can give you details in doctrine. I don't care if you don't believe specifically what they believe. You believe in similar things, and I can show that to you. But if you don't want to admit it, if you don't know about Gnosticism, then just like Renee, you teach Gnostic stuff. It sounds familiar, so I know what I'm talking about. The flesh doctrine you teach is Gnostic, and you may say you don't initially agree. I don't care. I really disagree with you, Messenger Hills. Your doctrine is so fallacious and so psychiatric that we basically have a big disagreement, and I honestly do not. And if you're not willing, but yet I think you're worse. I mean, both parties are in danger of hell. You deny that blood. You deny you deny the existence of Satan, the literal existence of Satan. And if you want to play games with idiom And if you want to play games with philosophy, then we could do that. You don't believe that Satan actually exists as a virtual being, and I don't care if you believe that he's the Messiah. Mormons say they believe he's the Messiah too. I don't care. I don't care. I mean, you might be saved, but just like you're teaching some bad stuff. He uses the guy I want to he. I guess angels don't exist. I mean, how do you know God even exists? How do you know that the existence of God in the Bible is an idiom for an alien? How do you know that? How do you exactly know? Messenger reveals you are so flippant with your doctrine. So you messed up your doctrine. I'm gonna ask you a really hard question. How do you know with exact certainty if you think all these things in the Bible are idioms and figurative and you don't lightly divide? How do you know that God is not an idiom for an alien? How do you know that? I could answer that philosophically, but how do you know that? Messenger reveals, answer me. How do you know that God in the Bible is an idiom for an alien? How do you know that the Bible is just all figurative and all symbolic of a matrix? We're all in a matrix. How do you know that? I mean, you pretty much forsake the biblical narrative, so I mean, you pretty much are flippant about your epistemology. So how do you know? Can you actually answer with certainty that you know that? How do you know? I'm not gonna how do you know? What basis do you claim to stand on? Absolute certainty. How do you know the Bible is just a bunch of some figurative idioms pointing to a matrix we're all in? And the very existence of God is rooted back to this one matrix. Listen, show me one good argument that doesn't use a ritual fallacy, a logical fallacy to defend that Satan doesn't actually exist. I saw the fallacy of association being used. I mean, you put that in your channel. You put faulty argumentation on your channel like that. How many times do you see me straw man people's arguments? You put a logical fallacy. If you want to look up the fallacy of association or an etymological fallacy, no, I haven't watched that. I watched bits of it. I watched bits of your thing. But I basically heard what you believe. You don't believe that Satan? No, I'm not strawmanning. I know what Gnosticism is. You know, the church has been doing Gnosticism up to like this first century. I mean, people like you that's crypt in the church with these kind of beliefs. Satan doesn't exist. Jesus didn't have a physical body. I mean, it's all stupid. You can't show me one valid argument that doesn't use some fallacious reasoning to conclude with absolute certainty that Satan does not exist and that is an idiom. Show me any valid argument. One. I'm just asking for one. And don't use a fallacy. I've heard what you said. I've heard what you said. You sound like a Gnostic. Messenger revealed you sound like a Joseph Smith with your revelation years ago. You sound like another Ellen G. White. You sound like a Joseph Smith. Okay. You want me to show you absolute certainty that God exists? You want me to show that? So nobody can have absolute certainty that God exists. That's not true. The only way there could be absolute certainty is for a deity like that to exist. So all I have to do is show you that absolutes exist, just one, and then God is then proven philosophically. And I can do that with an atheist. That's not true. So you're claiming that one can prove that God exists. That's not true. Is, do you know God exists, or do you just think? Do you know God exists? I mean, you had a background in psychiatry, and psychiatry is like, oh, well, you just believe. You're just a psychiatrist that just believes. I mean, you claim that Jesus wasn't tempted. That was an idiom. I like you to prove that within the Greek. I like you to prove that within context. I like you to prove that within the writing of Hebrews. Because the book of Hebrews points back to the temptation of Jesus as a ritual occurrence, but you think it was an error. Show me show me your evidence that that was a myth in this book. You say things that fit your doctrine. You don't present the facts. You got a background in psychiatry, which that tells a lot. You teach Gnostic sounding doctrine. I don't be prideful. Like the difference between someone who has a moral belief versus, I mean, I don't be prideful about it. You can't use the Bible to prove the Bible. That's another fallacy. Yes, you can. I can't use the Bible to prove the Bible is God's word. I can use the Bible to prove the Bible philosophically and historically and archaeologically. I can in ways I can't use circle reasoning though. Did you know it's Gnostic? Did you know it's Gnostic to make figurative biblical passages that's actually ritual? So if you're wrong about Job and all that being idioms, which you are wrong, then that's Gnosticism. So I got you on another thing being Gnostic. I'm not like out to get you. I'm like just trying to just expose your doctrine. So, do angels exist? I mean, how do you know the Bible's just not one big idiom? Because a bunch of liberal scholars make it a bunch of figurative stuff. I want to set it. No, you don't. You don't know how I do things. I don't use the Bible to prove the Bible necessarily. I'm not that stupid. You wouldn't accept it from any other writing. No, no. You can use the Bible in ways to prove the Bible. That's just it. How do you know what he said in John 16 wasn't another idiom? I mean, you make parable. You make a parable out of things that was not made to be a parable. So this is what you do. You take verses that you fit your doctrine, and you just make them in what you need it to be. I don't do that. I'm honest. Are you consistent? Can you prove Job is an idiom? Or you just make that fit? You know? So you think okay, I'm appeal another way, I'll appeal to the Book of Enoch. I'll appeal to other way until we do that. I'll appeal to the scientific evidence of giants, of Nephilim. Yes, they existed, and they still do exist. You think this whole demon thing is all just an idiom? Science debunks you. I don't be prideful about this. I want to be humble about all these things, but science proves the existence of Nephilim. But you say they never existed. You say demons don't exist. You know what demons are? Demons are disembodied Nephilim. So, first premise, I ask you to scientifically and archaeologically prove that Nephilim never existed. I'll ask you that. Do it. You can't. You can't do it. You sound like you're like a liberal scholar that uses just his emotions and his presuppositions for his theology. That's what you do. You can't use any honest argument. I'll look at John. I'll look at John 16. You believe in the placebo effect? I mean, come on. I already debunked that. You can say that medicine is the cause of placebo effect, and medicine, it's not the medicine that works, it's the group in the medicine that works. I mean, you can go so far with that, like, what? I don't know. Wait, you're going off of one account that in John 16, the book of John, you're going off of one account saying that he spoke in parables. One account. This is a separate account. The Gospels are not normal scriptural writings. These are different accounts of the life of Jesus that God wanted in the scripture. These are not normal writings. You're using one account. That's begging. That's like begging the question. One account. Show me Matthew. I support it. Everything is happened by 2 or 3 witnesses. Support it with the book of Matthew. You claim that you don't sin or that you're not tempted. That's another Gnostic belief. Sinless perfection is another Gnostic belief. So you do believe in Gnosticism. I don't want to like just attack you and just with all these. I want to expose your doctrine. Let you view and see how much Gnosticism I've exposed you for. And I'm not stupid. I rebuke Renee on her Gnosticism, and I'll rebuke you. And I'll rebuke the Calvinists too. I'll be consistent with you. No, you said that you're not tempted. You said that you told me you're not tempted. And you just lied. You said you are not tempted. And look what you just said. I suppose you. You said you're not tempted. That's what you told me privately on Hangouts with Levi. So you just lied. You said that to me. You're not tempted, and if I follow you, I won't be tempted. So when I expose you as a Gnostic, when I expose that as Gnosticism, an actual Gnostic belief, you say that I never taught that. That's not honest textual examination. When he normally spoke in a parable, he would say, "This is a parable, and this is a parable." That's not honest context. That's just a bunch of figurative, emotional. It's just a bunch of. It's just a bunch of emotional or superficial mumbo jumbo. Yeah, no. I'll say superficial. Yeah, superficial mumbo jumbo. Come forward. Listen, you're like a Joseph Smith. You had one revelation. Listen, I do agree with you on stuff. I do agree that repentance is an inward change of heart. We agree on that. But so far as you talk about the blood didn't atone for sin, that's not in the Old Testament. And that doesn't make philosophically and theological sense, considering the scriptural indications. And you talk about Satan being an idiom, demons being an idiom. I can prove demons exist using science and archaeology. So you say demons don't exist. I can prove they do. I know how to use a bunch of guesses. You say Satan doesn't exist as a literal being. You said Jesus wasn't tempted. I can prove that. I am not upset. And one, I'm pretty much considering you're cursing. I know a brother that is close to God, and he's closer than you are, definitely. I mean, he suffers with Christ. What does it mean to prove something? You know what does the word evidence mean? You know, listen, you cannot prove your doctrine. I've exposed The Gnostic beliefs you have. I would not waste my time and touching on your videos. I will just look. I hope people can see your comments. Do you cry? Did the Holy Ghost cry to you for lost souls? I'm not gonna argue that. I'm not gonna argue the way how relationship with God. I'm not gonna argue that. I just know that you're teaching Gnostic doctrine, and I advise you to take all your teachings down before and do your own research about Gnosticism and philosophy before. Just do Gnostic research a bunch of Gnostic teachings. Take all your teachings down, and then if you find out that nothing you teach is Gnostic, go ahead and bring it back up. But you're teaching straight Gnostic doctrine, and so I advise you to be consistent, honest, and trustworthy, and to be honest and take down your teachings. Just because one doesn't feel fear and anxiety, you think that's something special. Do you think I get depression? I mean, I used to be depressed and lonely. Do you think I would get? When you teach this as a basis, you're super spiritual. I'm sure there's a bunch of Christians that don't deal with fear, that are spiritually advanced in the presence of God. You're not that close to God if you teach Gnostic doctrine. You don't really know God then. You may be saved, but that revelation really got you, got you turned over. Well, I think you went too far with it. That's what happened. And hey, you don't believe in demons and seducing spirits and doctrines of devils, like the Bible says. You don't believe in seducing spirits, so I guess. And you believe the flesh, like the law of attraction, can just produce the eye lifting you off your bed. So I guess so. I believe I can fly. I can jump off a building and I'll fly. Really, come on, that's the law of attraction. That's like your negative thoughts produce reality, like that kind of stuff. That's a bunch of new age garbage. Has truth to it. You take it too far. If you honestly think that thought can produce the reality of you being lifted off your bed, listen, I know brethren that are righteous. I have freedom from things. I have freedom from my childhood pain. So I have deliverance, I have healing, I have testimony. So just because you're free from certain things doesn't mean you're something special. Like the old case of spiritual pride. Oh, I'm free from these certain emotions. So I must be such a big prophet or something. Forget your emotions. Your doctrine tells the story. Guys, I'm sorry, I'm dealing with him harshly. I'm actually dealing with this guy harshly. I'm trying to be humble about it and not like abuse anything. I'm dealing with him harshly. It's not New Age. That's not what he meant.